is good to be back. I have missed all of you.
Tonight, I am celebrating my historic victory.
None of you are invited.
Showtime.
Our great city will be safe.
Best party ever.
What's going on, guys? So you just saw the trailer to the next episode of Gotham, which is going to be episode 5. And I decided why not go ahead and break it down. So that is what we're going to do right now. So the first thing we see is Riddler returns to the Gcpd where he worked for the last 2 seasons before he went crazy and decided to start killing people. As you can expect, he is going to gloat and be like, I have missed this place, blah, 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 because he's technically sane now, and anything he did while he was crazy has been forgiven by the state of Gotham because, you know, they rid him. You know, they freaking wrote off like, oh, here you go, you're sane, blah, blah, blah. Because, you know, Penguin's the mayor now. They can do whatever the fuck they want. And he is deputy mayor or whatever he is technically. So he can do whatever the hell he wants too. So he's got a clean bill of health. And, you know, that's going to piss off the Gcpd. So that is what you're seeing in this first episode or this first scene, and then it cuts to him getting punched out by Lee. Now, if you're wondering why the hell Lee would punch him, well, there's probably a million reasons why she would punch him, but I'm going to say that she's gonna punch Nigma because he killed her friend, which was Miss Kringle. Yeah, he killed Miss Kringle, and that was Lee's friend. I mean, they had dinner dates together and stuff, and they worked together, so she knew who she was. And I think she's just gonna punch him because he killed her. On second thought, when I really think about it, she's probably gonna punch Nigma because he's the reason why she lost the baby, because his master plan freaking got Jim thrown in jail, and that caused her to go through depression and lose the baby, and her and Jim broke up. So yeah, she's probably gonna punch the fuck out of him because of that whole thing. Next up, we see Penguin talking to a bunch of people about how he wants to celebrate his great victory of becoming mayor, and one of those peoples that is there in his little circle of peeps is Victor Zsasz, a character we haven't seen in a while, and I'm so glad because Victor Zsasz is a badass. He's a badass comic book character, but he's also a badass in this show, so I'm glad that he's back on the show. Hopefully we're gonna see more of Victor Zsasz, because, well, he's just a badass. After they're talking, Barbara says none of you are invited to the party, basically, where you can only assume it's going to be at the Siren Club because that's where everything's happening now. Obviously, Barbara's like freaking Penguin's right-hand girl, or they have a relationship. You saw that starting at the end of season 2. But the Siren Club is where this party is going to be at. There's a bunch of clips in this trailer that shows a lot of different people at the Siren Club. And it just seems like this is where Penguin is going to throw down his party. There's also, if you really pay attention, at this freaking Bruce Wayne Alfred shot, right in the middle, there is a bust of Penguin, and it says Mayor on it. So this is where he's going to be throwing his party at, and it will be at the Siren Club, and that means shit's going to go down. Speaking of the Siren Club, the Gotham Sirens, or the proto versions of them, are going to make their first appearance in this episode. Now, this isn't confirmed. This is something I'm just like saying because they haven't said these are the Gotham Sirens, but it's almost pretty obvious. We know that they're making Barbara seem very much like Harley Quinn, who's one of the Gotham Sirens. Tabitha is like the kind of the inspiration for Catwoman, if you will. Now, we know that Catwoman is going to exist because Selina Kyle is Catwoman, but I have a feeling that Selina Kyle, and I know a lot of you guys think this too, is going to learn from Tabitha. At least I called it last year that I thought that, you know, freaking Selina's gonna end up getting her whip from Tabitha, because that is something that Tabitha uses all the time. I like to say assassin chick. Let's just say assassin chick. Assassin chick uses that damn whip all the freaking time, and I think that's where Selina's gonna get her from. If she ever dies, I think Selina is gonna take that from her. They haven't really built a bond at all. Selina's just always at the club, so it's pretty interesting, but she is the proto version of Catwoman, let's say. And then we have the new sexy Ivy, of course, that they've been promoting this whole season or whatever, you know, that they want to include in this show. She is going to show up. She will be at the Siren Club because there is a clip of her grabbing Selina's arm. And of course, remember, Selina's not going to know that's Ivy because she thinks Ivy's dead. So I want to know if, you know, freaking Ivy's going to be like, hey, it's me, Selena, blah, blah, blah. Selena's probably not gonna believe that, but then again, there's a lot of crazy shit. She just saw a clone Bruce, for God's sake, so she might just believe it right off the bat. It's gonna be really interesting, but the underlying thing there is the 3 Gotham Sirens, the proto versions of them, are going to be at the Siren Club at this party. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see what happens. Also, Assassin Chick and freaking Barbara look like they're gonna be doing a shitload of killing. There is a scene where freaking Assassin Chick is stabbing somebody on the ground. Freaking Barbara has a grenade, which seems to be in the same place where Tabitha is freaking whipping some dude by the neck. So there is going to be some crazy shit going down with these girls, and I'm interested to see why it happens, because there's something that's happening in another location that is not the freaking Siren Club. It looks like they're in an old warehouse or something that's under construction. This scene with Penguin and his whole crew and Butch right here looks like to be in the same place as where Tabitha and Barbara are at. So it's going to be really interesting to see what's going down in this whole little warehouse thing. Like I mentioned earlier, Bruce and Alfred will be there. They're probably just going to get an invite because Penguin wants to invite the most important people in the world to his freaking congratulations party. So I think that's why Bruce and Alfred, my brain is just farting all over the place right now. That is why they will be at the party, just because I think it's a socialite thing to do. And remember, Bruce has got to start becoming more of that playboy persona that, you know, he wants to do. Also, this might be where Poison Ivy and Bruce Wayne meet up for the first time, because remember, producers have said that they're going to have some type of relationship. It won't be a romantic one, but they're going to have some type of relationship. Ivy probably just knows Bruce. She probably wants to use him to get at Selena or to like help out Selena. I don't really know what's going to happen there. It's going to be interesting to see how that relationship develops, because remember, she's older now, so you know, Bruce is not going to know that that's Ivy. So it's going to be interesting, but this might be the episode where they finally meet and start building that bond. Another thing in this trailer is we see 2 different clips of Barnes, one where he looks normal. If you saw the last episode, you know that he got blood in his eye from Alice, and that blood changes people differently. So there's one clip of Barnes looking normal, and then there's another clip of him looking like the stuff's starting to infect him again. So I think we're going to get a little bit more insight to see what is happening to Barnes, because, you know, there's really no clue right now. I don't think he's going to be Bane. A lot of people thought he was going to be Bane. That's not going to happen. I don't think he's going to be Solomon Grundy. I know a lot of you are like, what if he's Solomon Grundy? I don't think that, because producers already said that Solomon Grundy is going to be a character that we have not seen before. We've seen Barnes all of season 2, so I don't think he's going to be Solomon Grundy. So, you know, I think he's just going to have something wrong with him. And remember, I said I think by the end of the season, Barnes is going to die, and that is what's going to bring back Jim Gordon to the detective-ness of the GCPD. Of course, the reason why I even made this video, and the reason why you guys are probably watching this video, is because of the Red Hood gang. Now, I know a bunch of you guys have seen my Jerome Theory video, so you're probably losing your shit seeing the Red Hood gang, and you're like, it's gonna be fucking Jerome! Oh my god, Jerome is coming back! I can't wait for it to be Jerome! I know that might be how you feel inside right now, and you're probably losing your shit too, because freaking David Munez, or however you say his last name, posted this photo on his Instagram saying that a certain character might be coming back sooner than we think. So everybody's losing their shit thinking Jerome might be coming back on this episode. I don't know. I mean, look, I told you guys, if you've seen my Jerome video, I told you how Gotham should use Jerome, how they should bring him back. It should be with the Red Hood gang. But, you know, there's a bunch of ways they can bring him back. I'm hoping they're not going to bring him back this early, though. I know some of you guys might be like, what the fuck, Juice? What do you mean? I just think it's way too early to see Jerome. I want him to come back at the end of the season, and he's going to be a bigger problem in season 4. That's what I want. Now, you can bring in the Red Hood gang right now and just have them be a problem throughout the season, and they're like, who's going to be our leader? And then Jerome at the end of the season's like, I'll be your leader. Or some shit like that. That would be cool, because then he'll start taking over the Red Hood gang, and that is something I'm all about. Besides that, what is happening with the Red Hood gang in this episode? Let's talk about that. Some of you guys in the comment were guessing that maybe Butch is the one that hired the Red Hood gang, and he's probably going to try to take out Penguin or Enigma, or he's going to set it up to look like there is a gang trying to kill Penguin, and he's going to be the one to save the day. And this is very plausible, and I totally agree with something like that. Butch could easily be behind the hiring of the Red Hood gang, and it would make sense on why Gotham is freaking, you know, they edited this video to be this whole group of Penguin's people right here against Butch. Like, that's how this video looks. They're in the same kind of area, and it seems like Butch versus this whole crew of people, which is pretty interesting. So, it could be that Butch hired the Red Hood gang. He's like, I want you to come and try to kill Penguin. I'm gonna cap one of you guys to make me look like I'm the badass and to get back on Penguin's good side, because, you know, Nigma just screwed him over royally in the last episode. So Butch could be trying to get back some power in that relationship, and it could totally backfire somehow. Maybe that's why Penguin hires Victor Zsasz to help him out. But if you look at this clip, freaking Victor Zsasz is like, you gotta do this. You gotta do it right now. And he's giving Butch a gun. Well, if you freaking freeze frame on this screenshot right here, this person wearing the Red Hood is wearing the same suit as Butch. He looks like a big guy, and he has the gun that Victor Zsasz just gave to Butch. So, why is Butch putting on the Red Hood gang mask to kill somebody? And obviously it's gonna be at freaking Penguin's party, so is he trying to kill Penguin, or is he trying to kill somebody else that might be trying to kill Penguin? This is pretty interesting, because then if freaking Victor Zsasz is telling Butch to do something, did Butch hire Victor Zsasz to try to take out Penguin, or Nigma, or somebody else? This is the questions, people. What are the answers? Somebody is going to die at that party at the Siren Club. Is Butch gonna be the killer? I don't know, but I know Tabitha straight up stabs somebody, and it looks like they're probably at the club, and that is probably when freaking Barbara's all like,
Best party ever.
so I'm thinking that that's more than likely what's gonna happen. Tabitha's gonna kill somebody. Clearly she is stabbing somebody on the ground. But what is going to happen with Butch? That is the biggest answer, and that's what I want to know. We can speculate all you want. We still got a few days till this thing comes out. That's it, guys. Hopefully you liked this breakdown video. Do let me know if you liked it by giving it a thumbs up and leaving a comment if you did, because then maybe I'll start doing these weekly as well, along with The Flash, because I know a lot of people like that show too. But I also do want to know what you think is going to happen on the next episode in the comment sections down below. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, make sure you give it that thumbs up and share it with all your Gotham buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, guys, I am your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I had my daily dose of juice? See you guys next time. Bye!